Stephanie with BestOfAtlantaMusic.com, and I'm here with a new edition of Artist Talk, and I'm here at the Atlanta Jazz Festival with Miss Dionne Farris. Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thank you for having me.
And first of all, I would like to say, wow, I was totally blown away by your performance. It left me speechless. It really did.
Thank you. I just enjoy singing, so that's really what it is for me.
Yeah, and your range. I mean, how do you preserve your voice like that?
There was a time when I was doing, things that were not beneficial to my voice, but really, I just been blessed all the way around. And I just try and continue to sing. I think making sure that the instrument is being used is really what it's all about, because I look at artists like Gladys Knight. She's been singing for more than 30 years, I think, and I went to a concert. That's one of my mom's favorite artists. I went to a concert, and her voice has not changed. So I know that if you take care of yourself, and I think if you're happy too, your instrument will be, and if you use it properly and you use it, I think your instrument will be preserved.
I agree with that. Well, you've been around for a while. You were a 90s artist, and I just kind of want to know, compared to, then, when you performed and now, is there anything different? Is the feeling of performing and creating different than it was before, or is it the same, or...
I think the feeling is the same. The understanding about what it is a little bit different, because now I realize that it's not just for myself. It's more about what I have to give for others as well. The music initially comes to me, and the thoughts and the ideas come to me, and they kind of speak to me first, but then I'm supposed to spread them and share them and give them. So there's more of a responsibility that comes with it now, and it's not just, I don't think it's ever been that for me. It's not about, people looking at me or seeing me. It's always been about singing for me, which is why I think I sing so deeply and so from the heart and from the soul.
You really do. There's nothing but heart and soul when I watch you perform, and I got pictures too that portray that. Well, what inspired you to come back?
Well, a part of that was realizing, first and foremost, singing was not only a passion, but a purpose, and realizing that it was, again, going back into not just for me, because I just wanted to sing, because I was gifted, and I have a gift, and I'm supposed to be using it, and I feel like if you don't use it, shame on you. And the other thing is really, I took time off to raise my daughter first and foremost, and then in that time, I really went and soul searched, and tried to figure out a lot of things. And I think I grew up, and learned some things about myself, learned some hard lessons, but realized that at the end of the day, at one point in time when I wasn't singing, it was physically bad for me. It was not a good thing. And so I just realized that I got to keep going no matter what, and no matter what the industry is, and no matter how I feel about certain things, I can't let that be a hindrance in stopping me actually doing what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
There are other things that I want to do, and I want to expand myself. I'd like to act and do all those things, but if I can think of one thing that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm supposed to be singing.
Awesome. That's great. Well, I was just curious if, in your own words, if you could kind of compare and contrast the music of the very crucial time of the 90s to how it is now, and how it's created now and performed now compared to maybe how people thought of it back then.
I don't know. I think the 90s were really, really special, because I think people were trying to create new things, and they were coming up with great ideas, and the ideas were working, and there was new music created. It was a whole new platform. It was a whole new landscape. And I think now, there's some people that are actually trying to do that, but we've kind of gone back into that kind of cookie cutter thing. And so I think there's a resurgence where people want they want honest music, they want good music, they want great sounds, they want people who can actually sing. So I think it's kind of coming back full circle where creativity is coming back into position again. I really think that.
How has, being in Atlanta has it inspired you a lot as an artist with the music scene here compared to maybe you being international and seeing other music scenes?
Well, I'm originally from Jersey, and, New York was so close to me, but when I came to Atlanta and started to really get into it, I think Atlanta is such a, what's the word I want to use? It's so rich. There's so many different music genres here, and there's so many different music people that are here, and they keep coming. I hear, through the grapevine, such and such is here, or this person. I'm like, wow, this person lives in Atlanta, and they're kind of coming here. And it's just a gamut. What I think, though, is that it's time for all of the scenes and all of the separation to kind of break and cease, and for everything to really come together, almost like a Nashville, or almost like I don't even know, but it's time for kind of like the cliques or the crews and all that stuff. It's time for everybody to come together so we can really create the great musical town that Atlanta is waiting to be in its totality.
Awesome.